folks, JD here, and today we're going to be taking out the Predator plane. So I had a lot of fun with this. I've done 5 flights with this. This has been the most successful. We had a couple of balance issues and a couple of other ones. I explained in this one about the trim issue I had as well, and why I had to use trim with this. And then there are, I think, 2 or 3 hand launches in this particular video, and every single one is getting better. So you start off and your flight's okay, a little bit wobbly, and then the second hand launch it gets a lot better, and the third one it gets very, very good indeed. And what I found about this is most definitely, out of all the planes I've ever flown over 15 years, this is the one that really requires attention, requires ever so slow movements on those analog sticks in order for it to work. Anyway, I'm not going to give up anymore. Hope you enjoy. This is the Predator plane. Have fun, folks.
Right then, folks, what I'm going to do first of all is just plug in this battery. Now, I'm not going to turn it on when it's upside down, because that's when the gyro starts to set. So there we go. I'm going to just plug that in, push this in the bottom. There is one alteration I've made since the assembly video, and that is just that I've stuck down this bottom piece here. Now, because if you look at it, when you put it down, actually it's proving my point incorrectly. This isn't the first time I've tried to fly this. This is probably the 4th time because of weather and wind and God knows what else. But one thing I did notice is when you put it down on the mat, it leans one way, so it's calibrating where the left hand side is automatically pulling more than the right. So I've had to auto trim it to the right a few times. So what I'm going to do, but when I put it down, see, she just proved my point then again, because she just went to the left. So what I'm going to do is I've just left all that on, one up and one down to bind. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim twice to the right. Hopefully then, when we take her off, she's going to be nice and straight. So I hope. Probably isn't going to happen, but we'll give it a try. Now with this, you've got to fly it straight. Some manufacturers reckon give it a little bit of an angle. Usually I give it an angle and throttle up at the same time. With this, they recommend flying straight, and of course, same as every plane, flying directly into the wind. Well, right, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a bad one. See, first turn, put it back into speed mode 1, and now she's back to peaking and troughing. What if I just leave her? Is she automatically going to find her thing? See, and then she just does that. That's it. And that is, if I bring the throttle down a little bit, maybe if I put it into speed mode 2, I can try and pull her out. Well, she's flying, but it's not a very graceful flight. Oh, I've got her, I think. Well, there she is. She's up, and she's doing what the Predator does. Very gentle movements, folks. Very gentle movements. Not even touching that throttle. Throttle is at half. Very gentle movements as the sun comes up. Oh, don't turn it too much. But she's up, she's flying, and give her a bit more throttle, not much, but she's starting. As you can see, when I turn her, she's starting to come down. Now, these throttles are increments. As you move, you can feel almost like a ratchet affair when it clicks. I'm just moving this throttle 1 click. That's quite literally all I've done. Oh no, and now she's spiraling a bit. Can I leave her? See, she started to peak and trough. So I've left her for a bit now, just so that she can find her centre. And quite literally now, if you just keep on turning her, no problem. Let's try her in the other direction. I gotta be honest, she looks menacing when she's up in the air. Nice Predator style. So give her a bit of length, and then start to turn her, just to ensure that you can bring her around properly. And as you're doing it, oh, there's a bit of a breeze up there. Do you see that then? She just wobbled. So if I can then bring her back around. So far though, folks, it's a real job to keep her up there. I haven't had to work like this with a plane for a long time. A long time. But she's up and she's flying. Throttle is just above half. When I say just, I mean literally maybe 1 or 2 clicks above half. Oh, here she goes again. So what I did there was I pulled her out into a straight instead of a corner, and then she doesn't like that. She likes to be kept on the corner, so you have to create a big circle for yourself, and then you have to quite literally adjust that circle for her to fly in. But it is a job. And now she's going a little bit too high, but the problem is, because of this issue that we're seeing where she's just floating around the place, I don't want to bring her down any lower if I can at all help it, because otherwise we're not going to get her back up. Right, I'm going to decrease that throttle slightly. She's getting too high. Too high. This is a bit ridiculous, Mr. Predator. What should I say? I do that again, he and she. I always cross genders for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I've done it ever since video 1. I used to do it for my motorbikes as well, when I used to drive. There we go. Look at that. Now that is half throttle. So I need to bring her up a little bit. And now she increases beautifully. Look at that. That was so nice. Such a nice little flyer once you get rid of the kinks, once you get rid of those little annoyances. And that annoyance for me was just ensuring that she stopped peaking and troughing. But these movements, good God, these movements are gentle. I don't know, I don't want to detract from you looking at the plane, but at the same time, I really feel like you should be looking at my thumb, because these movements are, good God, they're so slow. Oh. Then she starts to peak and trough. You've got to let her level her out, and then you've got to move it back around. Oof. Do you know what? For something that costs £12, she is really hard work. Right, let's decrease that throttle. Let's bring her down. Here she comes. Bang. Wow. Do you know what? When you get her up there, wow, great. Minor movements, that's what it's all about. Minor movements. If you have large movements, then she's going to start wobbling. She's going to peak to the left, she's going to peak to the right, and then she's going to start wallowing a little bit. But if you get her on a nice flat trajectory, then you find that she'll actually hold herself pretty well. When she started to peak and trough with me, I just stopped moving her left and right and just let her centre herself straight. I found that when I did that, we had absolutely no problem whatsoever in her carrying on flying in a straight line. Now, I'm going to go for another one. Whether this is going to be as successful or not, I don't know. But let's see, let's give it a shot. So straight, throttle up. Leave her go, leave her go, leave her ride, leave her go. There we go, bang, no problem, she's up. No issue, lush. There we are, again, gentle movements. Very gentle movements. Bringing that throttle down, adjusting that throttle for height, for movements. Oh, she's starting to peak and trough massively because my movement there was very harsh. So I'm going to fly her out a bit, try and see if I can get rid of that. There we are, and then bring her around a little bit. Oh wow, this is, do you know what? I love putting FPV cameras on planes, on quads, on helicopters. This, folks, is not one I'm going to be putting on because she is not the most stable bird. But you know what, when she's flying, wow, it's fun. But it's, come on, you've got to really work it though. You've got to really work it, and that's part of the fun. Like the MGX Bug 3 Blue last week, you've got to work it. And that's part of the flying experience. Don't have a computer that does everything for you. Learn how to fly and then have damn good fun with it. There we are. Now she's coming down. I'm going to angle that a little bit. Oh, and then back around. Over she comes. Come on, girl. Oh, crap. A little bit too much. A little bit too much. Oh, yes, you do. Battery is of about 10 to 15 minutes. Honestly, it's so much hard work when you get her up there. Then you're not going to have any problem whatsoever in just burning through that battery life because you're going to want her to stay up there. But look at that. Look how beautiful she goes. And she's so quiet. You can't hear her over my dulcet Welsh tones. But yes. Do you know what? This thing. 12 quid well spent there, Johnny boy. Please, nobody call me that. I can't stand that word. Oh, crap. Oh, lost her. Bang. Do you know what, though? don't care. We've flown her, we've had her up. This is my 5th flight and it's the successful one. And you know what? You've got to wait until you have 0.1 mile per hour winds, no frost, no ice, no issues, no wind, no rain, nothing. Not that I flew in rain. My last conditions of flying this were -2, -1, 3 degrees, 5 mile an hour winds, and now today. I'm missing one and another one, but yeah, that's a winner. But if you like to assemble planes and fall in holes, then you will love this. But you've got to work it. When you fly it, launch it, leave her ride, leave her go. Don't turn it too prematurely. Increase that throttle ever so slowly. I'll take you through the process that I had for this now in a second. Do you know what though? Whoa, it really is quite a finicky little thing, this, but it's so much fun. And it looks, look at that, that's going to be hanging on my wall. That looks awesome. Right, so how I flew it. If you have issues, this is what I did. Fly it straight, exactly as the manual instructs. My problem was I was turning her too quickly. So keep her out, let her ride, just let her go. As you're letting her go, increase that throttle. Remember I said about those clicks? 1 click every single time, right? And then when you get her out, turn her. But when you turn her, make ever so slow movements. The slowest movements you can make on the first bank will stop her from peaking and troughing. When you've stopped her peaking and troughing and you've started to have her come around, when she's in that sort of angle, then she's turning. You've got no problem. You can literally, as I proved, as I showed, I let go of the transmitter and she just flew. So that is exactly what I did. Fly it straight, fly it true, leave it ride, and then increase the throttle as you're getting a bit more altitude. And she gets there quick, folks. Don't think she won't. She'll climb quick. And then once you're literally climbed and you're at your level, then you can start to turn it. But again, slow movements. She'll turn back around. I'm going to be flying this again, because it was fun, even though it was infuriating. It was infuriatingly fun, and you had to really fly it. You couldn't just, you know, angle it and just go for it and see how it went. No, you had to literally fly it, and that's what I'm enjoying about that. Absolutely, folks. So this great transmitter, again, very basic, no problems. Plane, 12 quid, folks. You know, link is in the description should you want to buy it. And yeah, it's just all around bit of fun. All right then, folks, thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.